Welcome back, YouTubers. As you can see, I'm progressing quite well with the car. You can see the bits and pieces here that I've put in, and now I'm slinging some mud around. In Australia we call it mud or bog. Those of you in the US, you would probably know it more as bondo. But yeah, in Australia we know it as bog. I've never done this before, so it's a bit of a learning curve for me, and I'm learning as I go, but I think I'm starting to get there. And this is a bit bright out here. You can see just on the corners there. Let's see if I can get that for you. Just down there you can see little bits and pieces. So I'm smoothing out the bog. You can see on this panel here, which I've replaced, that I'm getting it smoothed out along the line. It's actually coming together quite well. I've done most of this side up here. I haven't started on this side yet, so that's why it looks pretty shoddy. But the panel seems to be in a reasonable alignment. Doesn't have any dips or swages, or nice and rounded, so it's definitely something to start with. And on the front pillars as well, you can see here, just putting a little smear over there, just so that it doesn't show up on the painting process. And the same happens for the other side. So the plan is a little bit more bog, lots more sanding, and then start on the seam sealing. You can see that there's lots of seams in the car. You can see it above the front cowl there, and where the firewall joins to the bonnet. Hello again, YouTubers. Where I was before, I was doing a video and the batteries went on my camera, so I've had to start again. So this is the front section that I've repaired, and it doesn't look just too bad. You can see that's the front wing that I've repaired as well, and it's all been hooked into the heater channels. So as we walk around the car, I've put a couple of little pieces of bog on there. There's a little bit on the back, and in the corners there, and also there's quite a bit just here, as you can see. This was a new panel that I replaced, because the other one had had a ding in a previous life. So there's a couple of little imperfections just here. I'll see if I can get in there. There you go. I'm going to put some glaze on them. You can see that they're not terribly big, only pretty small. I'm going to put some glaze putty on them. And the only other place is just here, where I've joined up the bottom of the hinge, and around the front here as well. You can see that. So soon it will be time for sanding and then priming. So I'm starting to get excited, YouTubers, because the sanding and priming is going to come up soon, and I'll finally get to put some colour on this. The car, as you can see, I've got a blanket on the top to stop the dust. But the car's pretty dirty at the moment because of the dust from the bog. So the other thing I wanted to show you is that I've got some gearbox mounts, and just at the back here on the gearbox I've got these urethane mounts, one on each side, and put them in. I tell you what, they were a proper fiddle, they were. Dear, that was hard to do. And finally, the other stuff that I've got is I've got some urethane snubbers here. I managed to fit these urethane snubbers, which is really nice. They look pretty trick too. The old ones were hideous. They're all cracked and worn, so that's how it is. So here's the motor sitting up on the stand. You can see the grunge and gunk on it, so that's going to be a bit of a job and a half, cleaning all that. I'm not overly looking forward to that, but anyway, that's how it is. And my latest little purchase is DA polisher. So that's for the primer when I put it on, and also for the paint. So YouTubers, thanks again for this. Remember, please to like and subscribe, and have a good day.